Dear students, Salam Alaikum. This video has the eighth topic, namely the second derivatives. This topic will be very easy for those who have practiced differentiation of the various questions which I had given in the previous handouts and in the previous videos. Otherwise, the topic of second derivatives is difficult if you don't know first derivative. Now you can cut an apple into two parts, half plus half. Then you can take the half apple and cut it again. Quarter plus quarter, 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4. Same thing happens in the second derivatives. Take the function, differentiate it one time, get some answer, which is the first derivative. You again differentiate it, it becomes the second derivative. Now the first derivative is written like this: f prime x equal to df by dx. You can write f of x like a fraction or on the side because d by dx is an operator. Now the second derivative is derivative of the derivative. So you put this comma which is called prime, two times, once here, once here. Or you can put the two primes together like this. So this is the derivative of the derivative. Or you can write it like this: d square f by dx square. It's not a fraction, we just write it like a fraction. Or you can write it as a second order operator: d square by dx square operating on f of x. So there is no shortcut to find the second derivative directly. You always have to find the first derivative and then find the second derivative. Now the third derivative will be f prime 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 3 times d cube f over dx cube, and the nth derivative will be f bracket n. See, the n is also written for power in the superscript. So this is not the power n, this is the derivative n. That's why we put a round bracket, which is d power n divided by d power x power n. It's not divided by, it is just a way of writing dn dxn f of x. Now what's the use of the first and the second derivative? If you want to understand the minimum and maximum of a function, the graphs of a function, then we need these derivatives, first, second, and in special cases we need third and fourth derivative to understand the graph more completely. But in this semester, for simple questions, the first and second derivative is sufficient. Then if you are doing a series expansion of the function, then you'll need many derivatives, 5, 6, 7, 8, it depends. If you are doing Taylor expansion, Maclaurin expansion, the Fourier expansion, then many derivatives are needed. We do not do it in calculus 1 and calculus 2. So first and second derivatives are more than sufficient for most common applications. Now the first example, the first problem is problem number 1. Find the derivative of the function f of x equal to x power 20. N equal to 20. Which rule are you going to use? Derivative of x power n is n into x power n minus 1. 20 into x power 20 minus 1, you get 20 into x power 19. This is the first derivative. Second derivative, what do you do? You differentiate the first derivative. So d by dx of 20 into x power 19. Just copy it from here to here. No need to write so much again and again. This is just for your understanding. And the derivative of 20 x power 19, this 20 will come out. You will get 19 x power 18. Open the brackets, 20 into 19 is 380 and it is x power 18. So when the power is 20, the first derivative, the power becomes 19, the second derivative power becomes 18, but you have to be very careful about the number which you are going to get here. It is 20 times 19 in this question. That number is important, and also the power. So do not try to guess the answer or jump the steps. Now find the derivative of the function 3x power 7 minus 5x square plus 8x plus 2 power 10. How many things are there? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fourth is a number. Derivative of any number is 0. So do not touch your calculator to find this number. 2 power 10 is 1024. Now 3x power 7. This is addition and subtraction, 1 subtractions and 2 addition. So you'll do one at a time. So do 3 power x power 7 one time, 5x square one time, 8x one time, and the number one time. I'm not giving you the value of the number because all numbers are same. When you differentiate, it will become 0. Now this 3 will come out, x power 7, you'll get 7x power 6. 5 will come out, you'll get 2x, derivative of x square is 2x. 8 will come out, derivative of x is 1. So you'll get 7 into 3, 21x power 6, minus 5 into 2, minus 10x, plus 8. Do not carry the 0 forward. 8 has to be carried forward. Now you have to find the second derivative. The second derivative is the derivative of the first derivative, d over dx of the first derivative, which is 21x power 6 minus 10x plus 8. Now this 21 will come out, we'll get 6x power 5 minus 10, derivative of x is 1, derivative of 8 is 0, we'll get 126 x power 5 minus 10. You can write less steps if you can manage. Now next question, problem number 3. Find the derivative of the function f of x equal to x into e power 4x. This e power 4x is the exponential function. We have seen it before. Now the derivative of the exponential function is e power u is e power u du by dx, e power u prime you can write on the right or on the left. We have discussed this left and right business again and again. Now here you are multiplying two functions. The first function is x, the second function is e power 4x. Now derivative of the first function into second function plus first function into derivative of the second function. Derivative of x is 1, you copy it in this step, but write it in this step, but do not forward it. Now derivative of first function into second function, 1 into e power 4x is e power 4x, plus first function into derivative of the second function. What's the derivative of e power 4x? E power 4x into derivative of 4x, which is 4. We'll write it on the left because 4 is a number. If it is something else, then we can write it on the right. 4 e power 4x. Now open the bracket. This 1 into this thing is the same thing. X into this will become 4x into e power 4x. We will not do any algebra in this because we have to find the second derivative. Now the second derivative is the derivative of the first derivative. So write the first derivative from here to here. Just copy it. Now you differentiate e power 4x, you will get 4 e power 4x. Now this 4 you take outside, you are left with x e power 4x. But that is your original question. X into e power 4x, and the derivative of x into e power 4x, we have seen it here. So just copy the first derivative here. In many questions you can copy something from the first derivative. This you'll understand after practicing some more examples. Now copy the answer from here, and if you make any mistake here, this will also be wrong, this will also be wrong. Copy it. Now your derivative is finished, differentiation is finished. Now open the brackets, you'll get 4 into e power 4x plus 4 into e power 4x. 4 into 4 16, and there is this x. So you have 4 plus 4 8 and 16x e power 4x. You can take 8 common, you'll get 1 plus 2x into e power 4x. 8 has to be written on the left. This bracket 1 plus 2x can be written on the left or on the right as you like it. Now find the second derivative of the function f of x equal to x sine x. Now here we are multiplying two functions. uv whole prime is u prime b plus uv prime. Derivative of x is 1 and derivative of sine is cosine x. Sine x goes to cos x. 1 into sine x plus x into cos x will get sine x plus x cos x. We have seen this kind of questions before, so we can be little bit fast. Now what's the derivative of the second derivative? Now to get the second derivative, you have to find the derivative of the first derivative. Copy the first derivative here, sine x plus x cos x. Now you are adding two things, so separate them out. Sine x in one bracket, square brackets, x cos x in second bracket. You'll get cos x plus The derivative of sin x is cos x, cos x, cos x. You write it in 2, 3, 4 steps. Now x cos x, you have to differentiate very carefully. Here you are multiplying two things. Derivative of the first function into second function plus first function into derivative of the second function. Derivative of x is 1. 1 into cos x is cos x. Now remember that derivative of cos x is minus sin x because cos starts with c. So three things start with c and their derivatives are with the minus sign. X into minus sin x, open this bracket and open this bracket, you will get cos x will copy here, cos x is here, minus x sin x. Cos x plus cos x is 2 cos x. Do not write cos 2x, it is 2 times cos x. Minus x sin x. In this question, you cannot copy any idea from the first derivative. You have to do this derivative separately and write it. No more algebra is required. Can be done, we cannot do any more algebra here. Now find the derivative of the function f of x equal to x cos x. X cos x we have seen here, but I will repeat it here for you. Now we are multiplying two functions. Derivative of the first function into second function plus first function into derivative of the second function. We'll get 1 cos x plus x into derivative of cosine is minus sine. Cos x minus x sin x. Now here you are subtracting. So when you want to find the second derivative, you have to do cos x separately, x sin x separately with the minus sign in the middle. Derivative of cos x is minus sin x, minus sin x, minus sin x. Write it in all the steps. Now derivative of x sin x we have seen before. It is derivative of the first function into second function. 1 into sin x plus x into derivative of sin is cosine x into cos x. Now open the bracket, sin minus sin x minus x cos x. We'll get minus 2 sin x minus x cos x. Please remember, in the 6 trigonometric functions, nothing will cancel. You will have a compound terms in the last answer. By mistake, if you write plus sin x here and it gets cancelled, you should become alert that something has gone wrong. You'll always have the sines and the cosines and x multiplying either the sine or the cosine. It depends on the question. Now find the second derivative of the tangent function. Tan 3x. Now derivative of tangent is tan u is secant square u du by dx. And the derivative of u equal to 3x is 3. So you have 3 secant square 3x, which can be written as 3 bracket 3 secant square x whole square. Why we are writing it like this is so that you can carry forward the second derivative. If you want only the first derivative, you can stop here. 3 secant square 3x. Secant square means secant into secant. Now the second derivative is 3 secant 3x whole square. You have to find the derivative. This is like u power n. So this 3 will anyway come out. U power n, the derivative is n u power n minus 1 du dx. So power is 2. 2 into secant 3x. Power 2 minus 1. We don't write 2 minus 1 here. Everybody knows 2 minus 1 is 1 into derivative of secant 3x. U equal to 3 secant 3x. Derivative of secant x is secant x tan x into derivative of what is inside. The argument is 3x. Look, the argument here is 3x, so you have to multiply with the derivative of 3x, which is 3. So secant into secant, you will get secant square, and this 3 into 2, you will get 6. This 3 into 6, you will get 18. 18 secant square 3x tan 3x. Find the second derivative of 4x cube plus x cos x. Now we have seen x cos x before, only the 4x cube part is new. Now we are adding here, so do 4x power 3 separately, which is 4x cube separately, x cos x separately. So you will be doing 4x cube. Here the derivative is derivative of the first function into second function plus first function into derivative of the second function x prime cos x plus x into cos x whole prime. Derivative of cosine is minus sine. We have put a bracket here. Derivative of x is 1. Derivative of 4x cube is 3x square and the 4 is outside. We'll get 12x square plus cos x minus x sin x. So this is your first derivative over here. Now copy the first derivative over here when you want to find the second derivative. Derivative of 12x square is 12 into 2x, which is 24x. And derivative of cos x minus sin x is minus 2 sin x minus x cos x. You go to the previous questions and just copy it from there. This is your final answer. No more algebra can be done on this. Then comes the next question. This is an interesting question. Find the second derivative of the function f of x equal to tan inverse 6x. Now what's the rule for tan inverse? Tan inverse u equal to 1 over 1 plus u squared. There is no square root. For sine and cosine inverse, you need a square root. Here there is no square root. Derivative of tan inverse u is 1 over 1 plus u squared du by dx. In short form, you can write it as u prime divided by 1 plus u square. U equal to 6x. So the first derivative is derivative of 6x divided by 1 plus 6x whole square. It is u square, u equal to 6x. Derivative of 6x is 6 into 1 equal to 6. 1 plus 6x whole square is how much? 1 plus 36x square. Now, if you want only the first derivative, this is sufficient, but you have to write it as power minus 1 and put a bracket on 1 plus 36x square. Now, the second derivative is the first derivative of the first derivative. Now, you have written the first derivative in a normal form. Now, take this 6, put it outside, differentiate this. N equal to how much? Minus 1. What form is it? It is of the form u power n. N equal to minus 1. We will get minus 1 bracket minus 1 will become minus 2 and the derivative of the bracket. Now the derivative of the bracket is derivative of 1 is 0. Derivative of 36x square is 36 into 2x. So we'll get 0 plus 72x. So we'll get 72x. Now this bracket with minus 2, you don't have to do anything, just copy it to the next line. And this minus 6 is on the left. Minus 6 into 72 is minus 432. Write the minus 432 here. X you can write either on the left or on the right. No need to write it on the right because we are going to take this power minus 2 over the bracket to the denominator and you'll get 432x divided by 1 plus 36x square whole square. Okay, this minus 2, the power when we shift the expression to the denominator, it will become plus 2 and this minus is overall outside, it will remain. So much for the 8th question. Now, next question. Find the second derivative of the function f of x equal to sine inverse 8x. I did tan inverse before the sine inverse this time because we have the square root in the sine derivative. In the tan inverse derivative, there is no square root. Whereas in the sine inverse, we have the square root. You will see why I did it in that order. Now, what's the rule? Derivative of sine inverse u is 1 over square root of 1 minus u square into du by dx. In short form, you can write it as u prime divided by square root of 1 minus u square. U equal to 8x. So derivative of u prime, so derivative of u divided by square root of 1 minus u square, u equal to 8x. Derivative of 8x is 8. Now 8x whole square is 8 into 8, 64, x into x, x square. So your answer is 8 divided by square root of 1 minus 64x square. If you are doing only first derivative, you can stop here, but we are doing second derivative. So write it as power half in the denominator. When you shift it to the numerator, you will get power minus half. We have seen this in the last chapters. Now your first derivative looks like u power n, u equal to 1 minus 64x square and n equal to minus half. Now what's the rule? N u power n minus 1 du by dx and u equal to 1 minus 64x square. Now u prime is 0 minus 64 into 2x, which is minus 128x. Now the second derivative is the derivative of the first derivative. So copy the first derivative from here to here. 8 being a number, it comes out of the derivative. N equal to minus half into power minus half minus 1 into derivative of this u equal to 1 minus 64x square, whose derivative is minus 128x. We have seen this minus into this minus will become plus. 4 into 128 is 512 into 1 minus 64x square power minus 3 by 2. You can stop here, but better to do some algebra because sometimes we need a third derivative. Now take the power 3 by 2 down to the denominator. It will become plus 3 by 2. The 512 will remain here, and 3 by 2 is 1 plus half, so this is 1 and this is power half. Aesthetically this answer looks nice. Algebraically all the three steps are equivalent last three steps, but sometimes we have to write the answer like this. So please practice to do some algebra and go to the last step as given in this handout and other handouts. Now till now we were doing questions with numbers, which we knew. Now in this question, find the second derivative of the function f of x equal to e power ax, where a is any real number. Now this is like problem 3. In problem 3 it was e power 4x. Now here it is e power ax. We'll see what happens when we change the numbers. Now derivative of e power u is e power u into du by dx. It is e power u into u prime. U prime you can write on the right or on the left, as you like. We'll do it both ways. Now here we are multiplying two functions, x into e power ax. So derivative of the first function into second function. The first function is x. The derivative of x is 1. 1 into e power ax is e power ax. Just copy it to that point. That many steps. First function into derivative of second function. Derivative of the second function is e power ax. What's the derivative of e power ax? It is e power ax into derivative of ax. Derivative of ax is a into derivative of x. A into 1. So it is a. A into e power ax. Now you open the bracket, you will get ax e power ax. Now if you are doing only the first derivative, you can take e power ax common and write 1 plus ax or ax plus 1 either on the left or on the right. It does not really matter because we are not going to use that in this question. Now the second derivative is the derivative of the derivative. Now you have e power ax plus ax e power ax. Now you are doing addition. It is sum of two things. So do the first thing. First thing is e power ax. Find the derivative. You will get 4 into e power 4x. Sorry, ax. There is no 4 here. It is a. Okay. So derivative of e power ax is a into e power ax. Now this a will come out. You will get x e power ax, which is your question. See, whenever you have e power something, it will repeat in the second and the third derivative and the fourth derivative. So you can copy it. So derivative of x into e power ax is e power ax plus ax into e power ax. Just copy it from here. Now your differentiation is over, but it's better to do some algebra. You'll get a into e power ax in the first case, a into e power ax plus a into a will give you a square x e power ax. Now you have 2a e power ax plus a square x e power ax. So you take e power ax common, you will get a bracket 2a plus a square x. And again you can take a common, you can write 2 plus ax into e power ax. Now this bracket 2 plus ax you can write on the left or on the right. If a equal to 2, sorry, a equal to 4, like your question number 3, you will get 8 plus 16x. If you go back and check the answer, it is the same thing. You can go back and check. You have 8 into e power 4x into 1 plus 2x. 8 plus 16x. So same thing we are getting here, 8 plus 16x in the last step. Put a equal to 4, you'll get 4 to the 8, 4 into 4, 16. So why we have done algebraically is without choosing a number for a, you can see how the numbers shift, how the numbers move, how the numbers change. So it will help you to understand the movement of the numbers. The 4 becomes, that a becomes 2a plus a square into x. This is very important for you to know how the movement of a is happening. We'll do one more question like this, then stop. Find the second derivative of f of x equal to x sine ax. Now your first function is x, second function is sine ax. A can be any real number. Derivative of x is 1, so 1 into sine ax is sine ax. Derivative of sine ax, now first function into derivative of second function. Now derivative of sine ax is cos ax into derivative of ax. The derivative of ax is a. So a is a kind of number, so you write it on the left. So you get ax cos ax. Do not write xa. X is a variable, a is a number. Now to find the second derivative is to find the first derivative of the first derivative. So copy the first derivative from here to here. If you have any mistake in the first derivative, then your second derivative will be wrong, and also the third derivative. The mistake will not get corrected. It carries forward almost all the time. Now here you are adding two things. It is the sum. To do sine ax separately, ax cos ax separately. Here you are multiplying two things, so you will do it in a slightly different manner using these flower brackets. I will show it to you. Derivative of sine ax is a cos ax. Write a cos ax in several steps which you will be needing. Now ax cos ax, a will be on the left coming out. You will be having in the bracket x cos ax, and you have to find the derivative of the full thing inside the bracket. Derivative of the first function into second function plus first function into derivative of the second function. Derivative of x is 1 into cos ax, which is cos ax in the flower bracket, and this a is outside. Write the flower bracket in 3-4 steps. Now cos ax, the derivative is minus a sine ax. You have a into cos ax minus ax sine ax. Open the bracket, you will get a cos ax plus a cos ax minus a square. This a into this a will give you a square x sine ax. Your final answer is 2a cos ax minus a square x sine ax. In the problem number 4, a was equal to 1 and your answer was 2 cos x minus 1 square is 1 minus x sine x. So you can compare this with problem number 4 in this handout. So please go through these. We'll be discussing these and some other questions in the class again. And please go to my channel. You'll find several videos on differentiation. And you can also take the help of this derivative calculator in some of the questions. Thank you. See you in the class, inshallah.